Okay guys, new project today. We are changing out the headlight lenses on Alexa's 2011 Range Rover Sport. This should be pretty much the same process for the 10 to 13 Range Rover Sport, the 10 to 16 LR4, probably some others. You can get these lenses really cheap from you can find them on eBay, Amazon, you can get them direct from Alibaba or AliExpress, somewhere like that. All of them seem like they're the exact same thing. They probably come from the same factory. I've already done this on one of the headlights, and I'm going to be honest, it really sucked. On the old LR3s and the earlier Range Rover Sports, you could throw the whole light in the oven for just a little bit on a pretty low temperature, and it would melt the glue and they would come off pretty easily. So when Alexa's headlights were getting bad again after the Cerakote, on the inside of hers, it's getting hazy. So, you know, the Cerakote kit does fine on the outside, doesn't do anything for what's on the inside of it. When hers was getting bad again, I told her just go ahead and order these lenses. We'll swap them in real quick. It'll be a piece of cake because that's what I expected after doing it on the LR3. That is not the case with the new ones. They've really improved the glue. So I'll tell you guys, if you haven't tried doing a reconditioning kit, try it first. Do everything you can to save your old ones, because the first one that I did, it took me about 6 hours. Now that I know how it's gonna work, I think this will probably take me maybe 1.5 or 2 hours, but it's gonna hurt my fingers because you gotta use a heat gun to heat everything up. I kind of melted the housing a little bit in a couple spots because it's so hard to get this to let loose. So don't just dive into this as the first thing that you're gonna do because these things are getting bad. Try everything else first. But if you're like me and you've done all that stuff and you're to this point and you really can't save it and your options are either buy new ones or try these for like 40 bucks, I'll go ahead and show you how I did it. So let's get started. So you can pretty clearly see one of them looks brand new. I honestly didn't even realize these things were like this charcoal color on the inside, because over here, it's pretty rough. And that is one of the things that really kind of dates these trucks. You go from this angle, these still look like pretty good looking, you know, fairly new trucks. This looks like something you could still go buy today and it really kind of blends in. Over here, it looks like, you know, what it is, a 15-year-old truck. So let's go ahead and get started taking this thing out of here. All right, so here's everything that you need to do this. The heat gun to kind of break that glue down, a pair of pliers and a pair of channel locks, any pair of vice grips to kind of get a hold of stuff and pull on it. A couple of screwdrivers to help you out with some of the attachments like the tabs and stuff like that. You need a T10, either a driver or for a socket like I have here, and then an 8mm, a blade, and then I use this like a Dremel style oscillating saw. That worked fairly well. I did actually get into the top of it a little bit, but if you guys have a Dremel, just a regular rotary tool, you could probably get like a maybe a 2-inch wheel that has coarse teeth on it, and that might actually be easier because you can control your depth a little better with it. So. Okay, these are the easiest modern headlights in the world to remove. If you have a 10 to 13 Range Rover Sport or LR4, you just have 4 tabs up here. Pop those 4 tabs. And then you have 2 detents down here that are just spring loaded. So we're just gonna grab this and pull straight out. Just like that. You can see these tabs here that kind of lock into these. If you have an LR3 or an 06 to 10 Range Rover Sport, you actually have 2 other tabs that are hidden down here, like those top 4, so you actually have 6 of those to get loose. At this point, if you have a LR3 or an early Range Rover Sport, you're probably gonna break at least half of these things off, so be really careful with it or be prepared to change this thing out. Next, we're gonna come over here. You have 2 tabs on the top of this. We're gonna lift straight up on them. Just like that. Line the circles up. I overshot that one a little bit. Pull it straight forward. I still overshot this one a little, didn't I? Yep. Push it back down just a hair. There we go. Pull it straight out. We've got 1 big multi-plug back here, and the headlight is out. Okay, so we've got 4 8mm here to take out. I don't remember if I had to take this side off, so I will just tell you guys. I'll pop it up here if you need to take that side off. But we do have to take this side off to get these caps out from under it, so I'll go ahead and take those off real quick. All right, now we're just gonna take these 2 caps off. They just pull off like plugs. All right, so I'm pulling this bulb out. You just pinch the top and bottom, and then it pulls straight off of those prongs. All right, so here's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna take this Dremel blade, and over here you can see where these screws are, where this housing is bolted into the lens. I'm gonna run that Dremel as close as I can over here, only through the outer plastic layer. And we're just gonna go as close as we can over there. We're gonna come up here and cut along this. Now on the top, I'm gonna get fairly close, but I wanna leave enough that I can get a pair of pliers on this, because you gotta have something to kind of pull against to get this thing pulled out of here when we're running the heat gun. So that's what we're gonna do next, is go all the way around this. Same thing here, try and avoid, get it to where the screws on this side are on the front, never mind. So you don't have to worry about it as much over here. So same thing, give yourself a little bit of room on that side. And then on the bottom, we're gonna do the same thing all the way across until this whole plastic piece is cut off of the front of the housing. Okay, so you can see I've cut the entire perimeter all the way around. That took me about 10 minutes to do with that saw. And now we can kind of flip this thing down and fold it away and get the light housing taken off of the lens here. All right, so I'm going to undo this clip here. I'm going to do this more carefully than I can do it with one hand, but we're going to remove this clip here. We're going to take this bulb out here, and then we've got to take this socket here loose. I don't remember how this socket came off, so I'm going to take it off, and then I'll show you guys how it comes off, because I remember that being difficult on the other lens. So I'll go ahead and pop these upper 2 off, and then I'll be back in a second. Okay, if you guys can see here, there's this piece that locks up flush, but on the other side, let me grab a driver real quick. Okay, so right here, this tab is fixed. I'm screwing up my focus. This tab is fixed, but on this one, there's a tab that you've got to push in like that, and it's kind of difficult to do. And I think there are 4 of them, something like that. So you're just going to do that. It's going to twist counterclockwise, very little, and then lift out of there. Just be careful not to break anything. All right, so now we have the 2 halves separated. What we're going to do now is get the heat gun out. I'm probably gonna cut myself somewhere here to get started, because it's gonna be hard to pull all of that out at once. Maybe I'll try it, but I don't think it'll work. But I'm gonna go get a heat gun, start heating this up along the edge. All of these tabs here, we're gonna try and pull out like this, so that'll come out from under it. But on the old one, pretty much all those melted, because you gotta get enough heat underneath there that these probably aren't gonna live. So I'll go ahead and get started on that, and then when I get tired of that and all of my fingerprints are burned off, I will come over here and take these T10s out to take this housing off the lens and give myself a little bit of a break, and otherwise just try and get comfortable here as I keep pulling this thing apart. So I'm just gonna heat this up. There's a very fine line between hot enough that the glue gives up and hot enough that you rip the pliers through it. So do this, check every now and then. Kind of flex it back and forth. Shoot it underneath here. Yeah, can you guys see that tab melting on it? All right, so I kind of stopped in the middle of it so that I can show you guys, but here the glue is just barely giving up, but so is the plastic, because the plastic melts about the same temperature as the glue. And that is the problem with this job. The glue, they really outdid themselves with the glue on these, and it makes this job a pain in the butt. You can see I've already melted that tab there. It's probably going to end up breaking off. It's not going to be any use afterwards. We're just going to rely on the glue to hold it together, so I'm not too worried about them. I am a little concerned about damaging, that was hot, about damaging the corner of this housing, but I've got to start somewhere, and wherever I start, it's probably going to damage it a little bit, so I might need to use the heat gun and kind of clean that up when we put the new lens in. But once I get it moving and I can kind of move around the perimeter, I didn't damage any of the housing bad enough that I was too worried about it on the other one. So just take your time and get comfortable, and I will start pulling this stuff out, and I will be back here in a little bit. That is the biggest piece I've gotten on all this job, and it was the first one that came out. So maybe the system that I've got down here after I worked on that other one for quite a while is going to work faster. But you can see I heated up that corner and then just kind of worked this out, and now I'm going to move to this section and keep going around the perimeter of it. All right, about a half hour in, and I'm maybe a little over halfway done, so I'm going to take a break and take this apart over here. So in here we have 4 T10 screws that hold this into this lens, and I don't think these have to come out, but if they do, then I'll pop back in here and show you. So yep, just those 4, and then all of this will lift out of that old lens, and that piece of crap can be thrown in the trash, and we can keep working on this. So here is our old lens, and here is our new lens, fresh from China. Maybe I should have used a better backdrop than this because it's actually a little harder to tell here, but the new one looks way better than the old one, and you could see that when we got started on the actual headlights. So I'm going to take a breather for a few minutes and then get the rest of this taken apart and start sticking it all back together. So on the other one, I decided that this wasn't really helping, but what I did here is the glue was actually kind of smushed out and on top of it here. So I took a razor blade and ran along this, and I think that'll help a little bit here. I tried to do it all the way around it on the other one thinking it would help me out, and it didn't really seem to do anything. I think the glue just kind of melted back together as fast as it was melting apart. But since it's kind of gooped up here, I think that will help out a little bit. Okay, about an hour, hour and a half, and it is all out of here. So let's see what we're gonna have to fix here to get this to fit. Okay, so it probably looks good to you guys, but I don't know if you can tell. I've got a pretty good gap here and a pretty good gap at this corner. So what I'm gonna do is take the heat gun and also just see if I can kind of work these tabs in, take the heat gun, get everything kind of formed close, take this off. We will get the lens put back together and then stick it back on here, get the heat gun back out and get everything fixed in place permanently. And then we can stick this on, hook up our wiring, and then tack it in place with some silicone. All right, we've got 1 socket, 1 bulb, and then 1 multi-plug to get stuck together here, and then I will hinge this back into place. All right, 4 screws, and we have that stuck back together, so we can go ahead and get this lined up. So line this bulb back up, stick it back in here. It's got these 2 little tabs that click in there, and then that kind of spreads out those teeth that were inside there that we worked on earlier. Then I can throw the 2 caps on here. Okay, you've got the 4 8mm bolts to put this bracket back on, and then we're ready to go stick the light back in. Here you can see my beautiful RTV job. I've just got, what, 6 or 8 little dabs here. I'm going to do this all the way around tomorrow, but all of my RTV is dried up and shot. So that's what I'm gonna have for tonight. Goes back in the same way it came out. One big multi-plug. Clicks in. Line up those tabs. Press them down. Make sure your bottom tabs are lined up. Top tabs are lined up. There we go. That just pops in there. And then while that was a big pain to get done, it does look way better with the new lenses in it. So I think all told, this probably took me about 3 hours this time to do one light. So if you guys are fairly efficient at it, figure on this being a 6-hour job to do the pair of them. You guys are probably gonna have a little bit of a learning curve, kind of like I did, so maybe longer than that, but the results are pretty good. So it's not anything too terrible. You guys, you know, you can do this not easily, but it doesn't really take a whole lot of specialty. It's just time consuming to get it done. So if you guys have done all of the other stuff and you still got problems because it's fading on the inside, or if you guys have cracks in them or something like that, hit a bird or something like that, this is doable. It is nowhere near as easy as the LR3 or the early Range Rover Sports, but it is doable. Just plan on having a long day. That's all I've got for you guys today. Thanks, guys.